Hi there, I'm Budda and you're watching Dr. Guitar, a show for all you guitarists out there. In today's episode, I will be showing you my stereo rig, my amp stereo rig. So I'm using the two Supros, the Tremoverb and the Thunderbolt, and I'm using the two combined in a stereo rig. But the thing I really like the most about the stereo rig isn't even the stereo effects. It's because of the combination of both amps, and I've been trying to do this for a long time, but I've never found amps that work good together. They were always it always seemed to me that it was just louder and not complementing each other. So with these two amps, I really get a really great complement, because the Tremoverb is very bassy and very compressed, very warm tone, and the Thunderbolt can be very aggressive, very sharp, very high. And since the Tremoverb has a 10-inch speaker and the Thunderbolt has a 15-inch speaker, they combine really good with each other. So the 15-inch is a bigger speaker, so it's slower in reaction, so it plays a little slower, a little softer. If you really punch a note, it will never be as punchy, as fast, as transient as the 10-inch speaker, which is a smaller diaphragm, so it's faster in moving. It's like an elephant and like an ant or a little mouse. Of course, being small, it's easier to move faster. And the combination of those two, just by itself with no effects on, to me it's great. So I'm always using the Tremoverb with a little reverb. And I'm using the Thunderbolt on the edge of breakup. So the Thunderbolt is giving me the drive and the high mid range that I need, while the Tremoverb is giving me all the warmth, all the compression, all the bass, and a little tail, a little reverb. So I always have a little ambient. And if you listen to it, so the Tremoverb is on the left and the Thunderbolt is on the right. So if you listen, when I stop playing, you still have on the right side of you still have a decay because of the reverb. And it makes it really great because it's stereo. You feel it's stereo, but even without the reverb, they sound a little. Let me take off the reverb. Even without the reverb, they sound stereo. They feel the space differently, they react differently, so they are really, really good. Another great way of using it is by using the tremolo on the Tremoverb, really sharp, really deep. And no tremolo on the Thunderbolt, so you have only tremolo on your left side. I really love this setup, these two amps, and I've been trying to play with the Tremoverb live, but it's too small. It starts to break up really soon, so it's not easy to play just with it. But combining it with the Thunderbolt, you have the power you need, you have the amps on a really good headroom level, And the Supro amps really compress in a great musical way. They have a tone and it's unbelievable. They are my favorites right now. This is my favorite combination, and I'm playing with Budda Power Blues. I'll probably do a video just about the pedal board, but I don't want to talk a lot about the pedal board today. I just want to talk about the stereo setup. So I'm showing you some stereo effects. I have the carbon copy delay here and the Analog Man AR-DX20. So this is a great stereo effect. If I turn them on, just the carbon copy. And the carbon copy is going to the Tremoverb. Just the Analog Man, the RDX, which is going just to the Thunderbolt. Okay, and now both together. More than how it sounds, it's what it inspires you to do. Playing in stereo, it's super 3D. You're playing greatly, and with this amp combination, you're getting a really great thing of both amps. So let me show you how each amp sounds. So just the Thunderbolt. Okay, and now just the Tremoverb. And now the Magic, both together. Although the Tremoverb is a 10-inch speaker and it is small, it's the warmest sounding of both amps. It sounds really bassy, really deep, so it's warming up the tone. And the Thunderbolt is giving me the Jimmy Page thing, the high mid-range, which cuts through the mix even at lower volumes. And the amps are super dynamic, so if I play they are clean, but if I dig in, they compress and even overdrive a little. They sound fucking amazing. Let me show you some presets I have, some stereo presets. I've been using the E6-8 on manual mode. So let me show you some presets where the stereo thing really comes alive. So this is the Octavia, Octafuzz, Univibe, the Voodoo Vibe, Roger Mayer, both pedals. And let me check. And the delays, okay? So I have both delays, each going to 1 amp. So I have this intro which is very spacey, very... And then it goes off to a riff, and I turn off one of the delays because it's too much. I turn off the carbon copy. And I have a little tail of reverb on the Tremoverb and a little tail of delay on the Thunderbolt, so it's getting really stereo. And for the intro, I use both pedals to give it a really swirly. But let's change and try the same thing with the carbon copy. So I have it set for the carbon copy is a lot more pronounced because it has a modulation on the delays, so it's a lot more spacey. And I have the Analog Man ARDX set to be tucked in the mix. So I have it when I want less delay, I just choose between one of two, or just one, or just the other, or both. Okay, so this is the stereo sound. Let me take you to... And if we use the slow Leslie, the slow speed on the rotary, here on the M5, it's even more spacey. It's a great tone. Let me take you to bank number 10, which is a song where I have a reverb, and I have the M5 doing the reverb, so it is a stereo reverb. I also have delay. Okay, so here I usually set one of two, usually the Analog Man. If I take the delay off, just for you to hear the reverb. This was no reverb. It is a very stereo effect too. I'm thinking probably about changing this preset, because I'm having, the way I have it set here, I have the M5 plugged before the delay, so they can be stereo. But I think I will have to change it and have the because the reverb is going before the delays, and it's not sounding exactly how I want it, but it is. Then I have a swell going into the delay, so it is an auto volume setting on the M5, and it's I am sorry, but I like to play. I get lost a lot. Get really lost. And I think it is really great to have, and you have all sorts of things you can do. You can put drives in one amp and on the other. But the thing I was more afraid of when I started to play with two amps was that if you need it a little louder, it's a real pain in the ass, because you have to adjust two amps, and every adjustment makes it sound unbalanced, because now you hear more the left one than the right one. But with these two amps, it's been super easy, and I feel I've been cutting a lot of bass on the Tremoverb, sometimes even no bass at all, and boosting the highs, because they sum the sum of both amps. You get a lot more bass, you get a lot more thickness by summing both amps. Probably due to comp filtering and to the reaction time of each speaker. So it is a really good setup, and I'm really having a lot of fun playing with this setup. And not only with the stereo effects, as I've told you, just by the filling up in the stage. And I usually I have a triangle, and I set it with where the distance between each amp is the same distance to me. So I'm in a zone where the tone is coming from all over. So it's a great feeling. Well, that's it. I hope you have liked the show. If you haven't done it yet, which I really don't understand why, please subscribe the YouTube channel and share it with the world. We'll see each other next week. Bye-bye.